Hey guys, Alicia here. Now today I'm going to be doing a version of crock pot chicken and dumplings. I was inspired to make up some chicken and dumplings after watching my friend Parnell from Parnell the Chef's video where he did a from scratch chicken and dumplings that just looked amazing. Now mine obviously is not going to be from scratch because I am using the crock pot and taking some shortcuts, but I am going to be doing my dumplings a little bit differently after watching his video because he kind of inspired me to make my own this time. Typically I would use biscuits like I do in my bubble ups, but I'm going to make my own this time. But I will link Parnell's video down below if you want to see how he did his from scratch chicken and dumplings. They look amazing, and like I said, that's what inspired me to make these up. So let me get started real quick and show you what you're going to need to make these. First off, you're gonna need 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast. That's just almost exactly 2 pounds there. So 2 large breasts. And then here you're gonna need a 12-ounce bag of frozen mixed vegetables. Now you want to have this be thawed when you use it. You're not gonna use it till more towards the end, but just so you know, you're gonna want these thawed when you do use them. And then back here, I've got 2 cans of the cream of chicken fit and active soup. This is just a lower fat soup. I've got 3.5 cups of chicken broth. And then down here, I've got a little bit of fresh parsley that I've chopped up. I'm gonna be putting that in my dumplings, which I also got that idea from Parnell because he put dried, I believe, in his. But I had fresh, so I'm gonna use fresh. And then I'm gonna use a little granulated garlic, some fresh ground black pepper. And then for the dough, I'm going to be doing the 2-ingredient pizza dough that I absolutely love. I talk about all the time. So I figure why not try that in the crock pot chicken and dumplings. Like I said, I typically would use the refrigerator biscuits and just cut those up and throw those in there. But I think the 2-ingredient pizza dough would work really well in this too. Plus, that's a little lower in points. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. So for that, I've got the Greek yogurt, and then back there is some self-rising flour. And that is what you're gonna need to make this. So the first thing is I'm gonna add my chicken broth in here. And then my 2 cans of cream and chicken soup. A little bit of fresh black pepper. You can use salt if you want, but I always say when I use chicken broth, it's got enough salt in it already from that. And a little bit of the granulated garlic. Probably about 1/4 teaspoon to 1/2 teaspoon. And then I'm gonna mix all this together. And then I'm gonna add in my onion and my celery. Stir that real quick. And then I'm going to just lay my chicken breasts down in that. And I'm gonna put the lid on, and I'm gonna set this to high and let this cook for about 4 hours. But basically you wanna cook it until the chicken is fully cooked, so it's reached an internal temperature of 165. So I'll be back once that chicken has fully cooked. Okay, and here I'm just showing you that I completely forgot to add my sage or even show it in the ingredients. Let me know if anybody else does this, that when you're cooking and getting all your stuff together, if you ever forget ingredients, because I do it all the time, and this is just one example. But anyway, I put in a little bit of sage there as I'm showing, and yeah, definitely wanted to make sure I showed you that because I think that does add a nice little flavor to this. So for the dumplings, as I said, I'm gonna be doing the 2-ingredient pizza dough, which starts off with a cup of flour, and then a cup of non-fat plain Greek yogurt. Now I tend to use a little less than a cup of the yogurt It's supposed to be equal proportions, but I use a little less. And then I found that helps to where you don't have to use as much flour when you're kneading it, and then that keeps the points down. So now I'm gonna take this chopped parsley, it's probably about a tablespoon, and I'm gonna just mix all 3 of these ingredients together. Okay, so now my dough is starting to look like dough. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna knead it for about 5 minutes. And there it is, all kneaded up. This has been cooking for about 4 hours, and it is definitely looking done. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the chicken breasts out of here, and I've temp checked these, and they're definitely cooked. So I'm gonna take them out, and then I'm gonna shred these up, and then I will return the shredded chicken back in here. And to shred this, I'm just taking 2 forks and doing this. I'm gonna take my shredded chicken and I'm gonna just add that right back in here. Stir it in there a little bit. And now I'm gonna take my mixed vegetables, pour those in. And again, you want these at least partially defrosted. So I'm gonna stir those in there. And I'm gonna take my dough and I'm gonna just take a spoon and just kind of get what's around a teaspoon, maybe a little more, little ball, and drop that in there. I'm gonna try to make these as close to the same size as possible so they cook at the same time. But yeah, I'm just gonna drop all those in and then I will be back. I have dropped all that dough in here, so now I'm going to cover it back up and continue to cook it on high for probably about an hour. I'm not sure exactly how long it's gonna take that specific dough to cook in here, but I'm gonna guess about an hour. So I will just kind of keep an eye on it and I'll be back once it's done. I let that cook for another hour. And I broke one of those dumplings open and it is done inside, so I'm gonna call this done. All right, got some of this served up, and that is roughly a serving. A serving is 1/8 of that, which is, I don't know, a couple cups probably. And it is 7 points on the green. I will have to double check the purple and the blue because I can't remember what that is, but 7 points a serving on the green, which is not too bad for some nice comfort food here. I'll have my hubby try it. Let us know what he thinks of those dumplings, since I used the 2-ingredient pizza dough to make them. Did you just burn your mouth?
No.
Dig it in there? Oh, okay. You just ate a dumpling?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I assume that means you like them.
Yeah, it's really good. So it's got, I would say that has the same consistency as like a traditional dumpling.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got that kind of, slightly sour taste of the yogurt.
Mm-hmm.
Not sour in a good way.
But the consistency is
Yeah,
good.
the consistency is right on.
I thought they looked pretty good too, or that made pretty
Mm-hmm.
nice looking dumplings. So I guess that's the way to go instead of the refrigerator biscuits, huh? Because they're lower in points this way anyway.
Yeah, no, that tastes really good.
Okay.
And it balances well with all the other flavors.
Take another bite. Good?
Mm-hmm.
Winter chicken dinner?
Yeah.
Literally? All right.
Okay.
Thank you for tasting.
Oh, I can't take this away, can I?
No, well. You can. All right, guys, that is crock pot chicken dumplings. Chicken and dumplings. for 7 points.
That's worth 7 points for sure.
And I guess the 2-ingredient pizza dough dumplings were a success, so I'll be doing that probably from here on out. But yeah, nice comfort food for not a whole lot of points, I think. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.